terrorists connect. Facebook's suggested Friends feature under fire for helping thousands of jihadists around the world find one another.
So just how dangerous are these commonly used social media algorithms? Here now is Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow Klon Kitchen. Klon, thanks so much for coming on this morning. Tell us how this happens, and is this a difficult thing for Facebook to try and prevent?
Yeah, so what the new report by the Countering Extremism Project asserts is that the algorithms which suggest friends with whom you share interests in common that Facebook has developed has actually been used by jihadists to find one another. So an individual will stumble upon a piece of jihadi propaganda online on Facebook, and they may like it, and then reportedly they're inundated with friend requests by like-minded individuals.
Do you think that social media, I guess Facebook in particular, is getting better at resolving this problem?
Yeah, so in some ways, yes, but there are some underlying realities that are still very difficult and that are going to persist. So Facebook says that in the first quarter of this year, they reviewed and removed 2 million pieces of terrorist propaganda, and that the average time that a piece of terrorist propaganda spends on their platform is less than a minute. So when you're talking about the videos, they're very good at identifying those. But in terms of jihadi activity on their network, it's still very difficult to discover when you're talking about over 2 billion people actively using the network at any given time.
Right.
I mean, I guess to some people they would say that, every time you get on Facebook, it's different. It's obviously an evolving, changing site, and it seems like every time I get on, they've changed something on it. And they're a cash cow. They've got so much money. Should they invest more into preventing this stuff? Because this is really bad. If they're helping to make these connections, that could end up with people being killed.
Yeah, so I mean, if you take Facebook at their word, they're definitely making that pivot to where they're investing significant sums into the security. I think they've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 plus personnel who are dedicated to counterterrorism. But I think fundamentally the broad context of this is that Facebook at the very beginning, and a lot of tech companies, have made decisions that they will innovate on their platforms faster than they'll secure them. And what we're watching now in this report and the types of things that we've seen over the last couple of years is the cat and mouse game between bad guy users on the platforms and the companies themselves as they try to secure themselves.
Klon, before we let you go, do you have any advice, any word of wisdom for just everyone who's watching who may be logging onto Facebook right now?
Yeah, I think for most users, this particular problem isn't going to be something that they run into, but just general cybersecurity practices are going to be in play. So basic hygiene, be careful what you share on social media sites, understand that you're not going to be able to control everything and everyone who sees that information. And then if you see propaganda or other terrorist activity, flag it. Facebook's usually pretty quick about addressing it and getting it down.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your time this morning.
All the best. All right.
The liberal elite not seeing the light at this year's Met Gala, the Catholic theme sparking controversy on social media. Carly Shimkus here with the online outrage that is pouring in overnight.
And first, though, let's check in with